What's going on, everybody? Average Arcader here, and welcome to another Bedrock Marketplace update video. It's been another update on the marketplace. Now we have 33 new maps to take a look at. I'm going to tell you today the 5 that got my attention with some honorable mention. Okie dokie. First one, Zombie Cart by Geocraft and Echo Games. I'm not familiar with Echo Games, but I am with Geocraft. At least I'm thinking I'm saying their name right. But this one looks interesting. At the whole entire game, it looks like you're on a cart and you have to fight and do puzzles while on the cart. It looks pretty interesting. Like I'm very curious to see how it exactly goes. Like how do you die? There's boss battles apparently. Very, very, very interesting. I'm very curious to see how this one plays. So we might be doing a Let's Play series on this one, for sure. If not, it getting reviewed, probably a Let's Play series. It seems, like I said, it seems very interesting. Now I've done a couple of the Geocraft maps, like for instance. The military parachute one was actually not that bad. But the Echo Games, that was a new studio for me, but it looks cool. Definitely gonna check it out. Zombie Cart Pharaoh's Revenge. Next up, that was our number 1. Number 2, The Aircraft Carrier by Black Lab Studios. I've actually played a couple of the Black Lab Studio maps, and they normally function pretty well. I happen to be a huge fan of naval ships, and I actually collect. I'm starting a collection of naval ships, specifically aircraft carriers. So I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. Even if I don't do a video on it, I'm still going to be checking this one out. It looks very elaborate and detailed, and I want to see how it works. Even if it's just one of those ones that's just designed for you to explore, I'll do that. It claims that the jets and the helicopters are flyable. Even the forklifts, you can drive the forklifts. So, I mean, it looks like it's just a little fun map to go and explore and check out. I wonder if it's accurate to a full actual aircraft carrier. Probably not 100% one-to-one, but it probably close. That was our number 2. Moving on to number 3, we have a fantastic cliffside house. Now, normally I try to stay away from just the simple house ones, but it looks detailed enough that I could barely squeeze it in as like a base almost. Never know. It looks, like I said, it looks very big. It's by Razzleberries, and Razzleberries normally does their base and or simple exploration maps pretty well. It's normally pretty well detailed. Like, even if it doesn't really have too much, it looks, like I said, look at that. It looks like a very interesting looking house. Do a little survival playthrough on it. It's got beds. It probably has an enchanting table, and it already has a farm ready to go. I'm like, even if you don't want to do like anything serious with it, it'd be a nice little survival map to start up on. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to have everything, but it does looks cool enough that I want to check it out. So I'll probably be doing a little base review on it, even though it's just a house. A house base, they're pretty close. But that one is big enough with enough detail, I could classify it as a base. It also depends on what's in it. So, I don't know. I'll see. I'm probably going to do a little base review on it, even though it's a house, because I really just like the look of it. Next up, number 4, Ninja Zombie City. Ninjas and zombies. How can you not love that? Now, what is that? Nox Crew? I've actually played a couple of theirs. I think they're the ones. Yeah, they did Destructo Bots versus the dinosaurs. I really loved that one. That one was really fun. So I'll check this one out here for sure. Okay, now this one says it does have parkour. They actually advertise it, so I'm mentally prepared for it. and a lot of people were saying they wanted me to try more parkour maps, so we probably will be doing a Let's Play series of this one. But this one does say there's a mixture of both combat and parkour, so we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's not as frustrating as the last parkour map I did. Definitely see. I've got my fingers crossed that hopefully it's just a nice little mixture of the two. Combat, parkour, more combat. Hopefully I won't be sitting in my seat crying like the last time I did a map that had parkour in it. We shall see. Okay, last secret underground base by BB Studios. Now, the last base map I did from BB Studios was really, really, really good. It was big, it was detailed, it was functional, so I definitely am going to check this one out. I try to do all the ones that are straight up base mods. I try to do all of them. Because, I mean, I'm constantly looking for another one of those. This one looks pretty interesting too. Doesn't look like it's as big as the last one of theirs, of the base mod I saw last, but I mean, I'll have to just wait and see when we actually, you know, get a chance to look at it. So it looks good. It looks functional. That's the most important thing to me when it comes to these base ones. It needs to function. If you're saying you're a base, there's a difference between saying you're a house or something like that. If you're saying you're just a house, it doesn't have to have that much. It just needs to be livable, you know, have decent stuff that when you get started, you have a starting point. When you're a base, it needs to function like a base. A base has all the supplies that you need. It has the equipment you need. You know, you basically want to, it's saying, when you say base, to me at least, when you say base, that means all you gotta do is come in, get started, and you're ready to go. You have just about everything you need, maybe one or two things that you might have to either go get or build for yourself. But for the most part, everything you need is here. That's what I feel like when you say you have a base. That's what I feel like. So we'll definitely be doing one of our base reviews on this one for sure. All right, now that's our top 5. Now honorable mentions. Skyblock Dragons by NPixel. You guys know me. If it has dragons in it, I've got to at least mention it or at least try it. I've got to. It's like I'm contractually obligated now, and I didn't even sign a contract. I just love dragons. So definitely probably gonna check that one out on my own. Next up, this one right here from Razzleberry Studios. I'm not gonna attempt to say that name because, you know, I don't want to embarrass myself, but it looks pretty interesting. It says that it has, you're on an island, there's dungeons and stuff to explore. You fight off, I think that it says new mobs, so maybe check that out. It looks like it's got like a Viking theme, so if you're a like Vikings, I know there's a couple maps that were Viking themed that I've done in the past. They were pretty cool. Next, Jurassic Parkour. It's a straight up parkour map, so like there's nothing but parkour in it. It's just Jurassic themed. I'm not gonna try it, but I'm starting to give these parkour maps a shout out. Hopefully people find ones that aren't, you know, pull your hair out difficult, but it got my attention because it's Jurassic themed. I'm sorry, it just got my attention because of that. If you make your thing Jurassic themed or dragon themed, it's gonna get my attention. Because dinosaurs and dragons are my favorite things ever. Wizard World by Pixel Bister. I really like Pixel Bister. They normally do a really good job. I think the very first map that I did that did really well was one of their maps, Advanced Dragons. So I try to give them a shout out every now and then when I see them. I read the description of it. It's pretty interesting. You've got a couple dungeons that are throughout the map, and you're basically exploring and clearing out the giant dungeon, which is the castle. I mean, the castle itself looks really cool. You know how much I love castles. And then, okay, yeah, another one that got my attention. But I wasn't really sure it was going to go up my alley when it came to actually doing a review or something of the shrinking potion. It's basically, I think it's a mixture of puzzles and combat where you use shrinking potions to shrink yourself down. It's interesting. It looks weird, but interesting at the same time. So, you know, I didn't want to put it on my main list, but I at least wanted to honorable mention it because it does sounds interesting. Not exactly 100% something I might like, but, you know, at the least, I could mention it. Especially seeing that it's from Everbloom, one of my favorite studios. Normally, they do very highly detailed maps that function really, really well, so I thought it was worth at least giving it a little shout out in the honorable mentions. Okay, guys, that is it for the list. Is there any maps that you guys noticed that we just got, any of these 33 that you specifically like that I might have missed? Why don't you let us know in the comment sections down below. Also, don't forget to keep giving us suggestions on games to play or maps to play on the channel. We're always looking for more content for you guys. We're growing quite well, so please continue the support. The more support that we get, the more of the content I can give you guys. But bear with me. If you give me a suggestion, I might not be able to do it right away. I might not be able to do it right at all. There's so much going on. There's so much I'm trying to cover. I'm trying to make sure to cover each week the new stuff that comes. Trying to make this channel kind of informative. If you're following the store and you want to know what's good and what's next, that's what I'm trying to focus on right now. New games or new maps, so that you guys can see what you want and then do it. But if I don't get upset if I don't do your suggestion. It's a lot going on. I work a full-time job and I do this, so I only have so much time. Also, there's a little update on the stream. Last stream went really well. We will be streaming again this Saturday at 5 again. So make sure if there's any game you want us to try to stream, let us know. Also, if there's anyone in these mods, I want to try to do a mod probably this time. So give us a shout out, one of these a shout out, and maybe if I get enough people to do it, I'll do that on the stream instead of just a simple new game. Let me know in the comment sections or look us up on Twitter or Instagram at Average Arcader, all one word, lowercase. All right, guys, Average Arcader out.